Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you are absolutely sick of hearing the same old advice about making money online, then you are in the right place. Today, we are breaking down entrepreneur Dan Martell's incredible framework for navigating this new era of AI and finding the only opportunities that are actually going to work. So let's just get right into it. Martell kicks things off with a pretty blunt take on the usual advice you hear, right? Things like drop shipping or basic affiliate marketing. And look, his argument is simple. In the age of AI, those models are just obsolete, and anyone still pushing them is basically selling you a fantasy.
So that really begs the question, doesn't it? If the old map is totally useless, what does the new one even look like? The game has changed, fundamentally. And that means we need a whole new way of thinking to understand where the real opportunities are, and, maybe just as important, where all the traps are hiding.
And this is Martell's answer. It's a four-bucket framework. He basically breaks every single online business idea into one of these four categories. And you can see the clear progression, right? You start with the trash bucket, things to avoid at all costs. Then you've got the easy bucket for getting your first win, the medium bucket for scaling up, and finally, the hard bucket for building a real, long-term empire.
Okay, let's start with what is probably the most important one, the trash bucket. Seriously, knowing what to ignore is the foundation of everything. It can literally save you months or maybe even years of wasted time and energy.
So what's the common thread here? What connects all these different ideas? Well, they all fall into one of two traps. Many of them are just high-risk gambles, where, let's be honest, it's way easier to lose money than to make it. Think day trading. Or they're simple tasks that AI can now do faster, cheaper, and way better than a human, like basic video captioning. They're just crowded, obsolete, or flat-out losing bets.
So before you get attached to any idea, you have got to run it through this simple three-question filter. If the answer is yes to even one of these, Martell's advice is crystal clear. Just move on, immediately. Think of this as your first line of defense against wasting your most valuable assets, your time and your focus. All right, so now that we know what to run away from, let's talk about what actually works. Let's start with the easy bucket. This is all about getting that first dollar online, building some real momentum, and learning some foundational skills.
Now, the goal here is not to build a $1 million empire overnight. Not at all. The goal is way more tangible and, achievable. Earn $5,000 to $10,000 a month and do it within about 30 to 60 days. This is really for beginners who need to build that confidence, learn how to actually talk to clients, and master a simple, valuable skill.
And these are perfect examples. Notice how they all kind of leverage new AI tools to make the work easier while serving a huge demand. Every single creator needs short-form video, every business needs copy, and every small business owner would love to save time with an AI receptionist. These are real, tangible problems you can solve right now.
Okay, so the key to making this whole thing work is you have to stop thinking like an employee. Don't sell your hours. Instead, you create an offer that promises a specific result, something like, I'll create 30 short-form video clips for you every month and save you 10 hours of work. Then you just commit to reaching out to just one potential client every single day. That consistency is everything.
All right, so once you've mastered a skill and you've got some consistent clients coming in, you're ready for the medium bucket. This is all about leveling up your entire approach to business to unlock a higher, more stable income.
And the absolute core of this level is a really fundamental mindset shift. You go from being a freelancer who just performs tasks to becoming a strategic partner who solves business problems. So you're no longer just editing videos. You're actually implementing a content system that drives leads. You're not just a task doer anymore. You're taking ownership of a real business outcome.
And this mindset shift, it translates directly into a higher income. By tying your work to a company's bottom line, like revenue or growth, you just become so much more valuable. This is where you can really start to build a stable, scalable business, earning anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 a month.
And the businesses in this bucket totally reflect that strategic focus. An automation agency isn't just setting up a tool, it's saving a company hundreds of hours. A LinkedIn growth system isn't just posting content, it's generating qualified leads for CEOs. See, these are just bigger, more valuable problems to solve.
So to really succeed at this level, you want to focus on two things. First, you have to prove your value with hard data. Go get 3 to 5 case studies with measurable results, even if you have to offer a discount to get them. And second, structure your deals for predictable income. You've got to move away from one-off projects and start selling monthly retainers. That's how you build a real business.
All right, now for the final level.
This is for those of you who want to build something that's bigger than yourself, a true asset that can generate wealth for years and years to come. Welcome to the hard bucket.
And yeah, as the name implies, this is not easy. It requires long-term thinking, leadership, systems, and usually some capital. We're talking about a 2 to 10-year timeline. But the payoff is absolutely immense, because you're not just earning an income anymore, you're building an asset that another company might actually want to acquire one day.
The opportunities here are really all about one thing: leverage. You're building software, you're investing, you're buying other businesses, or you're creating a brand that generates its own deal flow. In every single one of these cases, you're building equity and enterprise value that goes way beyond just your own direct work.
And the path to get here, it's a pretty clear step-by-step process. You systematize your service so it doesn't totally depend on you. You build a small, elite team. You use AI to boost your profit margins. And finally, you create content that attracts talent, partners, and deals directly to you. It's all about methodically removing yourself from the day-to-day grind.
But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're aiming for the easy, medium, or hard bucket. There's one thing that can derail you completely. You can have the perfect map, you can choose the right path, but you can still fail if you fall for the single biggest trap that destroys most entrepreneurs.
It's called shiny object syndrome. And this is where most people fail. It's not because their idea in the easy or medium bucket was wrong. It's because they jump to a new idea every few weeks. And every single time you switch, you reset your progress right back to day one. So what's the antidote? It's what Martel calls the 1,000-day rule. That's about 3 years. The idea is to commit to one path, one focus, in one bucket for 1,000 days without getting distracted. That's really how long it takes to gain real traction and actually win.
And the solution is really just 2 simple steps. First, you make the commitment. You commit to those 1,000 days. Second, you document your journey publicly. Share your progress, your wins, your losses. This creates this external accountability, and, as a really cool bonus, it starts building an audience and attracting opportunities to you along the way.
So in the end, this framework gives you the map. You can see the path from your very first dollar all the way to a potential empire. But just knowing the path isn't enough. The real separator, especially heading into 2026, will be the very few who actually commit to walking it. So the question is, which path will you choose?